so this trade I am in short, hoping that it will go to the downside. You can see here, this is like the top of a downward channel. So I'm getting in at the top of that channel. Once we zoom out and you see a bigger picture, you'll see that the market gapped up a lot. So I'm expecting that the market is going to come down, close that gap. I mean, you can see it here actually. It gapped up about, over 20 points. Just huge. And then in the QQQ, the NASDAQ, it really gapped up. Okay, so I just lost my first trade. Now would be a really good entry because it's clearly at the top of the level. So yeah, I re-enter because I'm confident. Yeah, so here's the NASDAQ. Yeah. All right, now it's a bigger time frame on the S&P. But yeah, it's... Okay, yeah, here's the NASDAQ. I don't know how long it'll stay here, but you can see huge gap up from like 408 to like 412. And it's starting to go against me here. By the way, these contracts are half size. I had a really bad day yesterday, so I wanted to use smaller size. Paul Tudor Jones, you know, he's losing. He decreases his size by like 10x. Whole trade, or when he was trading, when they wrote Market Wizards, I think he was trading like hundreds of contracts, and he would trade as few as 10 when So I got out there, hit the bottom of the range. I wanted to take profit. I was up more than 1 hour, which is my typical profit taking point. I usually take off half at 1 hour and try and squeeze out more of the next half. Oh, I should also mention I'm in a huge options trade. I trade on my phone with Webull, but I use Thinkorswim just to like watch the market. So yeah, I got in way too early. I bought contracts around 30. They've now come down to below 15. I buy a lot more here, like I buy 10. I've been keeping my max position size to like 200, 220, but like the last couple of days I've really been increasing my position size and taking on a lot more risk, like position size of like 400 to 500 to 600. Obviously I don't risk that whole amount. I enter with that size, and I risk about half of that amount or less. So typically my risk was around 100 when I was risking 200, but because I had success with options, I wanted to increase the size. And yeah, that was just me tracking in my personal journal. Alright, so this trade's going against me so far. I'm about halfway to my stop loss, but I believe right here it starts to turn around a bit. It's went a little bit higher than the top of the range, but yeah, my thesis ends up being validated. I'll take an aside for a moment to talk about why I'm making these videos. There's numerous reasons. One, it helps me because I go back and watch my performance. So there's a very selfish, technical reason, and it's just super useful to watch the trades I make. Get back in that mindset, so I'm thinking about the thought process that went into each trade, keeping myself honest. I also want to, less selfish reason is I want to share a lot of my information. I want to reduce the learning curve. I really just want to be someone who I could have watched over 2 years ago when I first started day trading. So yeah, I'm in my third year. I started January 3rd, 2022. So just hit 2 years. I've been trading since October 2017, which was my freshman year in college. Anyway, so huge drop. That was an awesome win. Was really psyched when that hit. I sold like half my stake around here. I think I sold it for like $25. My average was $15 a contract, and I think I had 45 contracts. So, I really wish I had some sell orders in, so I could have hit some of that when that hit 40 cents. Because what happens is it starts to range, and I get pretty worried that it's gonna go against me. So I hold for a few more bars. Like I hold another 10, 20 minutes, but I end up selling before it makes another leg down, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm trimming my position more and more at this point. I had 45, maybe I have like 20 or something. But yeah, I can see that it's in the bottom of the range. Really, it's the bear thesis was still there. Like even though it was at the bottom of a range and it looks like a good bull buy, the gap is just so big that like I should have held longer and expected it to close. And yeah, so I'm dumb. I say, oh, it's a wedge. I'll get in. This is a really dumb scalp. Yeah, I get in long because I think, oh, it's gonna go up. It's the bottom of the range. But then I see that other level that it's like not breaking up through. That's more stronger because it broke out and come back to retest. That would have been a great short entry, but I was an idiot and got long with a scalp. And I've really been working on improving my scalps. That's like the one area I haven't really back tested a whole lot, which, you know, obviously it's super dumb that I'm risking money without having back tested it, but the setup is so similar to my swing setups that I thought I could just wing it. And really, it's just a lot of. I do have faith in my setups now. I refined them a lot more, and they are all back tested for this scalping. I do want to do a lot more sim work, but I do have faith in the system. It's really just psychology issues from trading $50 a point contracts with a small account. That's gonna change because I'm gonna increase my account size. And I'm much more rigorous now in my scalping selection. I added a lot more work to my plan, or I took a bunch of pictures of bad scalps, added it to my plan so I know what to avoid. I have pictures of the right scalps to take. You saw me mark up a trade a little bit ago. If you back it up, right there, yeah, of like the circles, where to sell, where to buy. So just being really self-critical, analyzing my results. Alright, so yeah, now I'm long again with the MES scalp. Half size of a normal scalp. This should probably be what I really scalp with, but I needs to be separate from MES if I ever have a swing position on. I need to be able to scalp potentially in the opposite direction, and I can't do that with if I'm doing 5 MES contracts. So and yeah, that hit, that's awesome. And yeah, I don't have a trade on. I'm doing other work now for my day job. You know, the business. I do all my trading before the business day, really, or barely, like a little bit in the business day. So yeah, I can't monitor the whole time. Like most of the trading happens early in the day because I'm on Mountain Time, and I can trade before my day job. And yeah, I forgot about my laptop here, and I just left it on this screen. So yeah, I'll probably cut this part for a sec. Okay, yeah, so I'm basically done for the day now, guys. I really appreciate you watching this video. Left a lot of money on the table today. I forgot to mention it, but at this screen here, I got in long at the very bottom of this chart. Like when I entered the MES scalp for 5 points, I also bought a bunch of contracts in the QQQ, and I bought them too early, and I lost. It went way against me. So by the time it went back up, it was still like near the bottom of the range, and I sold. I was like, just get me out. I made up a really stupid reason to get out. I was like, oh, the number in my total account looks cool. It was like 1776. I'm just gonna get out. And it's so dumb because I sold those contracts for $14. I had 24 of them, and I think those contracts went up to hit like $1, like 30 or $1.40 at one point. So probably would have netted like 800 to 1200, but I made a really dumb mistake. Getting out early, just not having the discipline to stay in the position. That was no real reason to get out other than I was uncomfortable. So yeah, a lot to work on technically, psychologically, from a risk management position still, but I feel really good about the progress I've made the past couple of days. I'm really optimistic for what the future holds. I'm hoping to put in some profitable weeks. Tomorrow's Friday, so hopefully I'll end the week positive. Not really going to be trading futures, but maybe I'll get a good options trade in. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good one.